Look at this resume, though. But, you know, we're only talking about a two-time local MVP.
You're right.
Here in the ABL. So we'll see how he can fare against the Saigon Heat here today.
And he's also the #1 three-point shooter of all time in the ABL. As you can see, the first attack here for the Saigon Heat. That is a rejection immediately from Maxi Esho. Kyle Baroni's got to do a lot of this, shooting from the outside, and he knocks down that three-pointer.
Well, that's one way to negate the defense of Maxi Esho down low, getting that first block. But Kyle Baron putting that team on his shoulder for that possession, hitting a big three-pointer there.
He has a career-high 33, came short, had 32 in his last game. Wanting to get another one, but this time on the road. Three-pointer, Brandon Jowato can't answer. And the rebound picked up by Baron. Now Baron, despite the fact that he's about 6'11", 7 feet, likes to bring down the ball. So for the Saigon Heat, they're going to run a lot of pick and rolls. Let's see what they do. Here, it's another pick and roll right there, and an easy one again for Baron. You know, for Daryl Watkins, he has to be a little bit more active down there, Mikey.
Especially going up against an aggressive Kyle Byrne, obviously coming out of that dugout here today, starting the ball game. Aggressive five straight points for the big guy of Saigon.
And still scoreless are.
What we were saying, they have to find offense, and it's good that they're trying to get the basketball to Kyle Barone, getting his rhythm early here today.
Baron now drawing out Daryl Watkins. I'll move the ball around. Tran on the drive. Tran changing directions in midair.
And that was a result. The floor opened because Kyle Barone popped out there, so Watkins couldn't leave him alone, leaving a wide open lane for Tran for those 2 points.
And the first attack inside is a miss coming from Daryl Watkins. And here comes the attack now for the Saigon Heat. However, Hughes lost the handle. And into the front court we go. Doug Herring on a 3-on-2. Herring keeps it himself and scores!
Defense to offense for CLS, getting that steal, and Herring going all the way with that nifty lay-in. He was looking for the end one, but he will have to settle with those 2 points.
36-11 and 7 in the win in overtime at Singapore for Doug Herring. And he has the first 2 points of the game for the Knights. And the locals trying to get...
He's put in there to defend the perimeter for Saigon, but if you can get those extra points, those extra assists, then those are big stats for Saigon.
Herring on the drive. He's the only one to have scored so far. Here's Esho. Moving over to Wong Wei Long. Big mistake, leaving the #1 three-point shooter of all time in the league open.
And that was a nice extra pass.
They take care of business, probably get another win on the road in Hong Kong to close out their season. They might just get that #4 seed.
And they know within themselves that they are better and they are more familiar with this court right here. So they want that home court advantage entering the playoffs.
You're right. Barone putting the moves on the defense, but he...
Way better defense in the past few possessions compared to how they started this game. And now they have a chance to cut further into this lead.
Oh, you have less than 7 minutes remaining here in the first. 9-5 for Saigon. Watkins trying to get position on Barone. Decides to get it out now to Wong Wei Long. Shot clock down to 7 seconds. And a problem for Jawato's dribble. That's going to be a backing.
They will have to adjust, especially going into the playoffs. If you don't win home court advantage, you will need to be better playing in other people's arenas.
Here's Hamilton going inside against Maxi Esho. That's another matchup that Hamilton might even have the advantage on because of his length.
Well, those are the extra points that you can get from Hamilton, of course, playing defense in the paint. But on offense, if you can get a few points from him, that'll be good for your team.
Here's Daryl Watkins getting it right back on the penetration.
Good recognition there for CLS, finding Watkins down low with a much smaller defender, and Watkins knowing what to do with the basketball down there, getting those 2 points.
Go the motion offense right now. Hamilton puts it up from deep. That's something that was early in the shot clock, not something that coach Kyle Julius is not going to like. Jawato moving in. They get it out. Here is the drive. Almost, but it was 7-zip to begin the game. So the Knights, a little bit of a diesel start, but they are humming right now. Tran using the screen. Nobody picking him up, and Tran will finish.
And Tran just doing a good job complementing his imports because the defense, of course.
He's really brought in there for his defense. He's not going to score like 30 points a game like Murphy Bernatowski, but his defense can help lower the score. Here's Maxi Esho, has 0 attempts in this game. Jawato on the drive, hang time move.
They just keep working hard. They will find opportunity, and here he is in Indonesia living his dream, playing professional basketball.
Lead down to 2 once again. That pass is broken up. Doug Herring.
Here he is tasked to guard Trayvon Hughes. Again, Trayvon Hughes has been struggling in the past few games, so Herring will try to keep him that way here in today's game.
Barone hit a 3 earlier. Barone puts it on the floor. Near steal by Jawato. Trend from deep. Not this time. Battle for the rebound. Watkins gets it, and off and running are the Knights. Here's Herring. He's going to slow it down. Too many red shirts in front of him. Maxi Esho still looking for his first shot of the game, but he's one of the more patient imports. This is his first shot. It's a bank shot for 3 points.
I don't know if it did that on purpose, but still 3 points for Maxi Esho, getting the lead for his team, 14-13.
First lead of the game for the Knights. Three-pointer on its way. That one is short. And another rebound for Esho, who's doing a little bit of everything right now.
What an adjustment here for CLS, just being more aggressive both on offense and defense, especially compared to how they started this ball game, finding their niche, finding their legs under them.
Watkins in trouble. Wong Wei Long bails them out with another 3.
And again, the #1 3-point man in the league in ABL history for his second 3-pointer of the ball game.
4-point lead now for the CLS Knights. Kyle Barone wants it back, can't get it back. And the rebound cleared again by Maxi Esho. Dangerous pass, and that is going to be a turnover once again. Tran will wait. Tran gets it over to Trayvon Hughes. Hughes on the lob pass to Kyle Barone.
And that's how crucial every possession is. Just that small turnover by Maxi Esho resulting to 2 points, 2 easy points for Kyle Barone. Hughes, that's a 4-point swing right there.
I was talking to Kyle Julius before the game. They feel their backs are against the wall, especially after losing to the West Sports Malaysia Dragons. They are running out of time to get a favorable position into the playoffs, and they don't want a losing streak heading into the postseason. Here's Tran in trouble. And that's going to be and it's still going to be Saigon Heat basketball. 17-15 with under 3 minutes to go here in the first. Hughes hounded. Hughes gets away. Hughes all the way.
And that's what Trayvon Hughes can do on the floor. Just really be aggressive and try to go through the defense and attack the defense of the opponents.
Now Maxi Esho tried to be aggressive himself, but overshoots on the layup. We are tied at 17 here at Gorkarta Jaya. Barone passes up on the open look. Durker for 3. And nobody boxing out Hamilton for the last 2 baskets, though.
Well, basketball here today, obviously a game of runs, but it's pretty evident here that both teams really match up well against each other. 17 all here with 2 minutes left in the first.
Three-pointer on its way. Doug Herring knocks it down.
And this is what we were saying. We know that CLS can shoot the lights out, especially here at home. But Saigon has given them enough open looks to make 4 3-pointers here in the first quarter.
Hughes, long 2, way off. And Barone is at the right place at the right time for the reverse.
But Barone trying to keep his team afloat here. But still, you got to love the aggressiveness of Trayvon Hughes in the last few possessions.
Well, the Knights still hanging on to this 1-point lead. Esho remaining patient. Jawato open for 3. Even he joins the party.
That's 5 3-pointers for CLS. 15 points from beyond for the Knights here at home. And the crowd is loving how they are shooting the lights out here today.
They're on pace for 23 pointers in this game. At the rate they're going, Hamilton gets it back.
We were talking about Hamilton not being an offensive player, but they're showing us the range. Hamilton getting those 3 points back. And they're only down by 1 here with 50 seconds left.
He is averaging 18 points a game, but coming off only 11 in the loss to the West Sports Malaysia Dragons. Doug Herring wanting to run the pick and roll with Daryl Watkins. They get it over to the side. Arif Hidayat can't get it to go. And Hamilton secures the rebound. A chance for the Heat to regain the lead with half a minute remaining. Hamilton keeps it himself, but can't get it to go, and Hidayat can't control it either by the Heat. There's a 9-second differential between the clocks. Hughes trying to feed it to the post. Traffic. Inbound play now. And another bat out.
Which is big, of course, trying to negate the offense or delay the offense of Saigon Heat by trying to pressure the basketball.
Hughes looking for a friend. Durker gets creative, can't get it to go. And I believe 5 seconds remaining. Uh-oh, Herring lost it. Durker heaves it up. And again, they won 5 straight here at home in one stretch when they had 5 consecutive games. They were almost unbeatable, even beat the Formosa Dreamers along the way as D'Angelo Hamilton gets the scoring going by giving back the lead to Saigon. And a foul in the back.
Well to shield the ball away from Maxi Esho.
And Esho's now doing a little bit of point forward chores for the BTN CLS Knights. Trying to get it to Herring, broken up again by Trayvon Hughes. And Hughes will finish on the other end.
Defense to offense for Saigon, and this is exactly how they started the ball game earlier. A 7-0 run in the first, right now a 4-0 run to start the second quarter. Tran trying to frustrate their guards and pressuring from the backcourt.
Arif Hidayat did see his first action in the first quarter. Sandy Cornyawan also in now for the BTN CLS Knights. Here's Doug Herring faking the three. Locating Maxi Esho, another 3 for the Knights.
And the Knights picking up where they left off. That's their 6th, I believe, their 6th three-pointer of the game so far. And Maxi Esho with 2 of those.
Tran, suicidal drive, can't get it to go. And the rebound picked up by Esho once again. Esho is now tasked to bring down the ball, pulls up for another 3. Doesn't get it this time.
And that's a heat check for Maxi Esho, trying to get his 3rd here today. But you got to give that to him, the aggressiveness of Maxi Esho, trying to reel in Hamilton away from the basket, giving him his teammates enough space.
Hamilton, also known Heat so far, keeping the CLS Knights at bay. One more thing that the Saigon Heat are doing right now, Mikey, they're keeping this game low scoring. Well, let's see if Arif Hidayat can add to that. That's a miss, Durker with the board.
This may be a problem for CLS, especially with how they've been shooting the basketball. They cannot fall in love with a three-pointer, especially they still need to try to look for the best shot possible. If the three-pointer is found within their play, though.
That's just a great escape there by Hamilton, Mikey.
And Hamilton has been really on a tear on the offensive, on offense, scoring against the defense of CLS, finding his way down low, getting that open basket.
And the Heat restore a 4-point lead, 30-26, with under 8 minutes to play in the first half. And that is a great hook shot coming from Daryl Watkins.
The hook shot, the lost art in basketball.
Yeah, and a steal by Esho. He's coming off 6 of those. Esho, nice delivery over to Watkins, and he will clean it up himself. Maxi Esho does.
And the activity of Maxi Esho, getting the steal, almost the assist, but he gets the offensive rebound and 2 points for Maxi Esho.
And a block now. One of the longtime members of the Indonesian national team.
Get those steals.
Inbound play now for the Heat. And again, another near pick. 7-12 to play in the second. They finally get it inside. Trayvon Hughes, nobody there to protect the rim. When Daryl Watkins sits down, somebody has to step up to be a rim protector.
That was too easy for Trayvon Hughes, especially talking about a guy who hasn't been really playing his best basketball the past few games. This confidence that he is finding here in the first half is very important for them.
Cornyawan, he's known for that. Nugro can't keep it alive, and here come the Heat. Hughes attracts 2 defenders. Get it over to Tran. Moving around, 3-pointer on its way. That is off.
That extra possession for his team, a chance for them to extend this 2-point lead.
Justin Young on the inbound now. Hughes working against his zone defense now for the Knights, and zone defenses can be broken by outside shots just like that from Tran.
And because of that extra possession that Tran found for his team, Tran gets that reward with that 3-point basket from the left corner.
So Trang Dang Quang with his second 3-pointer of the game. Hidayat gets it over now to Esho. Esho on the step back 3. Good!
Maxi Esho in his bag with that step back 3-pointer, and you see the range of Maxi Esho. I don't think he hasn't been really attacking the paint, but he doesn't have to.
Right. Here's a guy who's been quiet so far, Kyle Barone. That's going to be...
His defender may be smaller than him, but his defender can really bang bodies, so I don't think he'd want that problem down low.
Tran, very shifty. Tran from 12 on the fall away. No, Barone is there again.
Right place, right time for Kyle Barone, saving that possession. 4-point lead for the Heat here.
Herring. Nugroho posting up. They're going to get it outside to Wong Wei Long, who's back in the game. Wong against Tran. That's another interesting matchup. Wong moves it around now. Isolation. It is Herring against Hughes, and Herring on the step back. That would have been part of the highlight reel.
Almost, but not quite there for Herring. Putting Hughes on skates, but unfortunately missing the jumper.
Still the Heat lead by 4 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Hamilton. Now they don't lose much by doing this because Hamilton also has length.
Come on.
Here's Herring bringing it down. 4:45 to play in the second quarter. Wong Wei Long hit 2 threes and the
Fence up, but he knows when to take over in certain possessions, and in that instance right there, giving his team 2 points to Wong Wei Long.
that lead is down to 3 with 4.5 to play here in the first half. They now shift to a man-to-man defense once again. The CLS Knights do. Tran thinking about it. Entry pass broken up. Here's Brendan Jowato leading a 3-on-2. Herring can't finish, but it is followed up by Maxi Esho.
Really just the activity of Maxi Esho, not giving up on the play. Still going down the floor, even though Herring had that obvious advantage against Tran. Getting that offensive rebound and 2 points for Maxi Esho.
Lead is down to 1, 38-37. Oh, nice find that time by Young, connecting with Hamilton.
And the locals finding their imports. That was a nice pass there. And Hamilton again. We were talking about how they lost offense when they replaced
Murphy Bernatowski
with Hamilton. But Hamilton here today showing us the arsenal.
Oh, how about this? This is just a bully move.
Just raring to bulldoze himself to the rim.
Durker getting it over to Young. Now Durker trying to post up against the smaller Doug Herring. Durker in trouble. Hamilton from deep. And can't get it to go. Chris Durker against 4 violet shirts getting the offensive rebound. And Hamilton, boy, there's a problem now for the BTN CLS Knights. They cannot buy a rebound.
And when you look at the rebounding department for CLS Knights, this has been something that they have to improve the whole season. They're 8th in the league for rebounding, and that is why Saigon is taking advantage, getting all those offensive boards and putbacks.
Oh, nice pass. Esho met at the Maxi Esho.
It turns out to be a very good foul for Ham.
Here's Tran. And Celia back in the game. Saw some limited action in the first. Hamilton lines up another 3. He knew it was going to miss. Tries to track it down, and he does. Hamilton on the drop pass inside.
The crowd,
and
has really been, consistent the whole first half in trying to be aggressive both on offense and defense against the CLS Knights.
Here's Maxi Esho. Handing it over now to Brandon Jowato. They move the ball around now to Wong Wei Long. Wong penetrates. Wong pulls up, and Wong has yet to miss in this one.
And again, Wong Wei Long used to putting his team on his back. Even when he was with Singapore, he is not a 2-time local MVP for nothing.
You're absolutely right. That lead is down to 3. 44-41. Good response coming off the Coco Nugroho timeout. Durker has it poked. Durker lost the ball.
Timeout, a pull-up by Wong Wei Long, and a defensive stop here. A chance for them to cut further into this lead or even tie the ball game up with a 3-pointer.
And we have less than 2 minutes remaining in this hotly contested first half. And here's Watkins. Watkins off the wrong leg, puts it in.
Not the prettiest of shots, but still 2 points for Watkins. Just a 1-point lead here, so a 4-0 spurt off of that timeout for CLS.
Hamilton tries again. Hamilton misses again. Jowato gets it. Coming up on a minute remaining. Herring all of a sudden puts on the afterburners and gets it in.
And that's what CLS can do on their home floor. 6 straight points for them. And those are points coming from different players.
Right. Celia getting it outside now to Hughes. Hughes in trouble. Tries to put it up, tries a miracle. Jowato on the fast break, and he will score.
Again, defense to offense for CLS Knights. They've been using their defense to get easy buckets on the other end.
Uh-oh. Almost a problem there. Celia almost lost it to Wong Wei Long. Now the goal, I believe, of the Saigon Heat is to keep the Knights under 50 points. They're probably still close to doing that as Trayvon Hughes not fall away.
Well, that's a tough shot there for Trayvon Hughes. Again, the great players will make plays when their team needs it the most, and Trayvon Hughes with a tough two-pointer there.
8 seconds remaining in the first half. Herring, 2 seconds.
Go in, but we talk about the first half, first quarter and second quarter, both were started strong by Saigon, and
right.
we will see if CLS can adjust to that and not fall down again to start the quarter.
They do have the first possession. Doug Herring getting the first step on Kyle Barone and gets acrobatic.
Well, that's a way to start the quarter or start the half for Doug Herring there, going strong with the weak hand, finishing that acrobatic layup.
Over a 7-footer, no less. Oh, here's Tran left open, wanting to tie it up, but he overshoots. And Daryl,
especially in the paint, try to be physical the way Trayvon is right now with Herring.
well, that's going to go back and forth the whole game. These are two feisty defenders going at it. Herring, 2 screens given to him to try and free him up. Now he's picked up by Barone on the switch. Shot clock down to 9 now for the Knights. Watkins, shot clock at 5, lost the handle, but they say Heat basketball.
Again, good recognition there for CLS, giving the ball to Hamilton against a smaller Trayvon Hughes, but Kyle Barone, knowing that his teammate needed the help right away, doubling from the blind side, forcing that turnover.
Here's Hamilton, that's a little too close already in the paint. Hamilton forced into a tough shot there by Esho. Wong Wei Long. Great transition defense here by the Heat. However, they left Brandon Jawato open. He will miss.
Would have been a big three-pointer there. Would have extended this lead further.
Tran on the lob pass inside. Barone knows exactly what to do when he's that close to the rim.
Well, that's an easy shot there. The smooth stroke of Kyle Barone falling away from the basket, but hitting that with the shooter's bounce.
Right. Nice soft touch for the big man. That lead is down to 1. And that's a bit of a miss.
Ball with space against the smaller Trayvon Hughes, forcing him to foul there.
Uh-oh.
And again, in search for that home court advantage entering the playoffs by the CLS Knights.
This is a team that actually even struggled last season. Hamilton, double teamed, tries to get it out, and that is still saved, but to the wrong guy. Oh, great defense that time.
Could have gotten those easy 2 points, and here come the Saigon Heat.
Great defensive stop once again by the Heat. Kyle Barone, nobody's stopping the ball, and the big man gets a dunk.
And Kyle Barone, you're talking about a 7-footer, bringing the ball down, looking for the opening, and attacking that right away for that slam.
So the Knights lead down to 1. Jawato lobbing it inside now to Daryl Watkins. Watkins against Barone. Watkins and Kyle Barone again up by 3 against Saigon. Coming up on 7 minutes to go here in the third. Corey Celia. Trayvon Hughes. They're looking for Barone in the post, and that is poked away.
The other players need to be aggressive also to make it easier for Kyle Barone.
And that jumper will drop. That's a long 2, and Doug Herring is saying, guys, I need a little help. He came off 2 screens there.
Good shot there, though, for Trayvon Hughes.
Wong Wei Long turned back at the door, however, by Barone, and a bad pass on the fast break. Tied at 53 with 6:41 to play in the third. And again, Saigon keeping this low scoring, which was one of their goals coming in. Wong Wei Long gets the first step. Herring passed up on the shot. 3-pointer, Jawato, not there. And Corey Celia doing a little bit of everything as well right now.
You gotta love the unselfishness of the CLS Knights. Passing up a good shot for a better shot. Jawato just failing to connect from deep.
Close to 6 minutes to go in the third. Hughes leaving So now Herring wanting to set the table. Wong Wei Long getting the first step on Celia, pulls back. Wong using the screen by Watkins, lost the ball, but the foul is called.
Interesting matchups here today, but you know, we will see which team will get the win.
Back in the game is Hamilton. And a jumper from the side does not work for Trayvon Hughes. Here comes Herring. And Herring has it poked away. A little nonchalant on that dribble. Hughes hangs in the air. Good challenge that time by Jawato. Herring, a little problem with the handles. Jawato breaks free and scores.
And these are the breaks that both teams are looking for. That was just pure effort coming from Jawato, running the floor, finding himself open for the layup.
Barone, good challenge there by Wong Wei Long.
And the crowd is getting into it for the CLS Knights.
Herring will slow it down once again. Doug Herring is like an extension of the coach there on the floor. He's new to the team, did not start the season with the team, but has really imbibed the system of Brian Rousam. Oh! Another acrobatic finish for Brandon Jawato.
And another recognition of the mismatch. Jawato finding himself in the lane against the smaller Tran and just going strong to the hole.
How about 6 unanswered now for the BTN CLS Knights? Questions yet to be answered.
Well, basically, we all know which 8 teams will make it to the playoffs, but like what you said, it's really the positioning and who you're going to go up against, and more importantly, who's going to get home court advantage, which is very, very important, or a big advantage coming into the playoffs.
Lead down to 4. Nugro on the pump fake, asking for a clear out against Barone. Nugro up and under. Barone gets a piece of it.
Not the best possession there for the CLS Knights, giving Saigon a chance to cut further into this lead. Where will Saigon go?
Tran playing with 3 fouls. Gets it over to Young, looking for Barone. Barone 9 to shoot, posting up against Nugro. No problem for Kyle Barone.
And the double team needs to come a little bit earlier to Kyle Barone, just muscling his way down low for that easy finger roll.
And the rest of Terrell Watkins getting shorter and shorter because of the matchup. Sandy Cornyawan had to act as a goalkeeper that time to keep that one in play. Wong on the drive. Wong on the pull-up. Wong Wei Long, that's his first miss of the game. Nugro fighting for it. And Barone tracks it down.
And these are the stops Saigon needs to catch up. And here they are, a chance to tie this ball game up.
Tran going to Corey Celia. And that is kicked out.
That can negate the easy points down low.
It looks like it's going to be another play for the outside for Barone. Tran leaves everybody behind. What a pass by Tran to Hamilton.
Oh, what a no-look pass there for Tran, knowing where his big man was, finding him for that easy deuce. More importantly, tying this ball game up at 59 with 2:30 left in the third.
5 unanswered points this time for the Saigon Heat. You're right, Mikey. It has been a game of spurts for these two squads. And it's now Watkins asking for the post against Barone. Watkins passes up on the shot. Sandy Cornyawan missing.
They were down by 4 after that timeout. And here, they can take this lead. And all because of their defense.
Here's Barone once again. Barone now working on Esho. And Hamilton offensive rebound. That's number.
It's really knowing your role. Talking about Hamilton, he knew beforehand he cannot replace someone like Bernatowski. He can only play his own game. But the adjustment of the Saigon Heat.
That was to 9.
That stroke by Watkins. Obviously, that's what he's been working on in
That's
practice.
True. That's true. 62-60 for the BTN CLS Knights. A great escape by Barone. Nice find by Chris Durker.
Again, Kyle Barone just knowing what to do with the basketball. Even without the basketball, he knew how to get that ball and put it in the rim as easiest of ways as possible.
Here's Herring forcing it up. Not a good offensive thrust that time for the BTN CLS Knights. The numbers are there. Oh-ho! Alley-oop play to Hamilton from Tran.
You really gotta love how Tran is facilitating the offense here in the third quarter, in the last few minutes.
Crowd getting into this one. Heat up by 2 once again. Jowato turns the corner, loops it up with a left hand.
That's a tough shot for Jowato using his weak hand. He didn't even use the bank on that layup.
Tied at 64 once again. Hamilton staying aggressive. Can't get it.
And in a game like this, every point counts. That's an extra point for Saigon.
And that is now a 2-point lead for the visitors. Shot clock and game clock separated by about 5.5 seconds. Herring, bothered by Tran. Herring makes his move. Herring tries to get it over to Nugroho. And here is Watkins with the reverse.
And again, the activity of Watkins.
At the buzzer, good if it goes. Quarter.
And that's the defense of the Saigon Heat. Just establishing themselves in that third quarter. And that's what they need here to finish off this ball game. They want to get this away win.
Jumper to start the fourth is good from D'Angelo Hamilton. So 68-66. CLS Knights have to find a way to activate their offense. Maxi Esho was actually very quiet in that third quarter. And now Esho on the back door. Esho with a reverse.
Oh, what a nice pass there coming from Herring. But Maxi Esho with that nifty reverse, that nifty lay-in to tie this ball game up again at 68.
Coco Nugroho is asking for everybody to stay home on defense. Barone attracts the double team. Gets it out to Hughes. 7 to shoot. Hughes against Herring. Hughes nowhere to go. Tran has to create. Tran creates and scores.
That's a tough shot for Tran. Again, Tran just putting his team on his back.
Tran reminds me so much of Joshua Munson. When he puts it on the floor, anything goes. 70-68. Oh, ambush at starting to set in now for the Knights.
This is where execution comes to play. You have to look for the best shot possible, especially during games like this and possessions like this.
Barone quadruple team lost the ball. And Herring pulls back once again. Herring for 3. Knights regain the lead.
I was about to say he could have attacked the basket against the smaller Trayvon Hughes, but he knew what he was trying to do, getting those 3 points and making those 3 points. Is Herring giving his team a 1-point lead.
Coming off a 36-point performance in the win against Singapore. And a steal by Cornyawan. Ball is loose. Taken back by Saigon. Trayvon Hughes missing. And Daryl Watkins secures. Cornyawan now pushing it up. Herring once again slowing it down. Herring faking the 3 this time. Esho on the sidestep. And Saigon looking to hang on here. Trying to keep the Knights within striking distance. Celia passed up on the shot. Looking for Barone, and Barone tracks an instant. So it hasn't registered on the board yet. 7:22 to play in the fourth. Oh, they say number 3 on Watkins. Deep 3 is good. Coming from Trayvon Hughes, tied game.
That was a long one from Trayvon Hughes. Look at the intensity in this guy's face. He wants this win so bad from his team, trying to recover from those 2 straight losses.
Herring, nice cut by Jowato.
Movement without the basketball for Jowato. And nice find coming from Herring. Again, like what you were saying, Herring playing like a playing coach here in today's game.
Continuing the unselfishness. Nice screen provided again for Trayvon Hughes. And he knocks down the 3. Heat back up by 1.
And this is when the stars come out to play.
Yeah. Herring and
them at bay. Because once the crowd gets into this, especially during the fourth quarter with like 6:30 left, that's a big advantage for CLS.
That's a miss there for Barone. This is the final home game of the regular season for the BTN CLS Knights. Nugroho falls down. They have one more game remaining on their schedule. That is on March 22 on the road against Hong Kong Eastern at the Southern Stadium, another place that's very hard to win.
And you want all the momentum that you can get going to Hong Kong.
Uh-oh. Bad decision that time by Trayvon Hughes, but Hamilton not giving up on the play. And Tran has it poked.
A lot of other tougher shots. Should have taken that open shot right there.
They still have another crack at this one now. And a little bit of a push there by Hughes, not called by the officials. Tran for three. Hamilton, offensive rebound, more free throws.
Calmly sinking that free throw, giving his team the cushion that they need.
Esho still quiet in the second half. Jawato. Herring for three. No. And good boxing out by Barone. Here comes Tran.
Good stop here for Saigon. We'll see where they go to in this offensive possession.
Tran penetrates, loops it up. Good challenge that time by Nuke.
But CLS will get this ball back.
He's like a mini Joshua Munzon. I'm sure the Saigon fans are very familiar with that reference. Under 5 to play in the fourth. Jawato on the drive. Jawato!
Again, recognizing the mismatch. He had that height advantage, that weight advantage against the smaller Tran, attacking the basket at will, scoring 2 points for his team.
Trayvon Hughes once again coming off of 2 screens. 10 to shoot for the Heat. Barone passes up on the shot. Corey Celia, big contribution on that three.
What a big shot there for Celia on the left corner, asking for that basketball, pleading for that extra pass and making sure that it goes in. Talking about Celia.
4-point lead now for Saigon as we come up on 4 minutes remaining. Wong Wei Long can't get it back. And another rebound for Saigon. Here's Tran. Barone attacks. Barone on the run. Hamilton another offensive rebound, but it's taken away by Herring.
Fortunately there, the CLS Knights get that steal, but again, another offensive rebound.
Herring wants this matchup against Tran. Saigon's going to drop down to a zone though. Tran almost gets it away. Jawato lost his footing, and Tran comes away with it. Hamilton in the open court, and Hamilton with a slam. They will have 14 to shoot. Barone, 3 and 23 to go. Tran lobs it inside, and Barone is held.
CLS Knights on their home floor.
Pressure now applied in the backcourt, light pressure. Just to slow things down. Wong Wei Long gets it across, coming up on the final 3 minutes of this one. Herring lost the ball. Hamilton ahead to Tran, and Tran gives Saigon their biggest lead of the game, a double-digit spread, 88-77.
And again, execution down the stretch.
And Jawano gets that one back. And they're running out of time, 2:45 to play. 88-79 Saigon.
The Knights need to compose themselves. They can't get back in this ball game with one possession. They need to play this out one possession at a time, make stops and make baskets.
Uh-oh. Trayvon Hughes escapes. Hughes, Tran, and Corey Celia has been very effective. However, 2 misses at the line. Herring wants to push the pace. Herring scores.
And that's exactly what Herring needs to do. Get the basketball and try to make play. Attacking the basket, trying to get that foul, that N1 opportunity, but still the focus to make the basket nonetheless.
Tran slowing it down as the Saigon Heat try to befriend the clock. We are now at the final 2 minutes. Heat 88, Knights 81, and a turnover once again. Esho. Esho for three.
That was an important possession there.
Well, now, all the more Saigon's going to slow this down. 3-possession lead with 1:35 to go.
Still mathematically possible if they can get this stop here. Talking about the Knights.
Hughes. Tran. Almost.
Let's go.
And they got to hurry. They have 1:18 remaining.
You already know Herring will attack this defense.
Herring does. Herring loops it up. Wild shot. Gets it back and puts it in.
And the intensity of Herring not giving up.
That's down to a 5-point lead with 63 seconds to go. Oh, and almost another turnover, and it is an 8-second back.
The floor forcing that turnover.
But they still need to score with under a minute remaining, down 5. Herring, three-pointer. And the offensive rebound to Watkins. Esho, Watkins gets it out. Wong Wei Long for 3. Good!
Wong Wei Most, he will deliver. Again, two-time local MVP, Wong Wei Long cutting this lead back down to 2 points.
They want to get it from the back court and move it to the front court to get the full shot clock. Another steal! This time by Jawato. A chance to tie or take the lead. Three-pointer by Wong Wei Long. Knights on top by 1! No timeouts remaining for Saigon. 10-zip run in the final 2 minutes. Tran, batted away. Barone. 7 seconds to go and a foul call. Feet here at the Gorkartajaya Gymnasium in Surabaya. Esho gets it. Herring drives. Herring hangs up. Yes! Yes! 2.2 to go. No timeouts remaining.
Doug Herring leading his team back, getting this win.
Celia at the buzzer. And